everybody, welcome back to another live stream. It's another episode of Team Break Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a very pleasant evening. Had to take a 5-second just a break there at the beginning. I got a notification right when I hit live. Apparently, there's a new feature on YouTube. You could choose how long you time out people for, which I think usually it used to just be 5 minutes and then they can come back, but you could time people out from anywhere from I think 10 seconds all the way up to 24 hours now. That's kind of cool. Let's go ahead and try it out on somebody. Does anybody want to be timed out? Let's see. Thanks everybody for joining the live chat tonight. I hope you're all having a very pleasant Tuesday and getting a little bit of a later start tonight just because kiddos just did not want to get to bed. And then, of course, they picked a 42-page book about Monsters, Inc. for their bedtime story, which seemingly took forever. Steve says, I volunteer. Steve, you're going to get the first ever timeout, and we're going to put you in the... Oh, I hope I didn't just ban you. It says, put user in timeout. I don't even know what... I think I just deleted your... Whoops. I clicked put user on timeout, and then you just disappeared. It deleted your message. Can I bring you back now? I don't know. Steve, I'm going to go ahead and bring you back as a moderator here just so you're not gone forever. Steve, could you say something? Because I tried to help you out there. You volunteered for a timeout duty, and then I think I just banned you for life. And I don't want that, so I tried to make you moderator real quick to bring you back. I don't know. We'll see if Steve is able to chat ever again. So it looks like there might be some bugs to work out from the old... from the new feature there. Retail says Steve was just deleted from YouTube forever. They faked us out. All right, so I hope he can chat again. We'll see. We'll have to work on that. But anyway, we have a live stream tonight. We'll be breaking open cards from... We have a sold-out round. Here's what we have tonight. So spots remaining. Poor Steve. We'll see if he comes back as a moderator. I literally clicked make standard moderator, so we'll see. So we have R7. Let's see what we've got. Kate May said he got a box from Topps. It was a Chrome Master with no autos in it. That's happened to us before. You can send the UPC, and they will replace them, give you a couple more autos. So R7 is going to go first. That's Platinum Anniversary. Then after that, Break B, which is Bowman Blasters, that one's going to go as well. I'll take the remaining spots if need be, just so we can run it. That has 6 spots left. And then after that, we've got A5, and A5 is an interesting case. That's Bowman Chrome. Now, there's 16 spots there, but if we need to, we could have volunteers, like 6 people and 3 people in A6 and A7. We can move people over from A6 and A7 if you don't want to wait into A5. Just make the, linear move from left to right. And we can get that one going tonight as well. So those ones are likely going to go. The next closest one, maybe if you guys want to get Cosmic Chrome going, that has 18 spots. We've got people in S9, which we could combine if need be for that. And I'm really interested to see HTA. We'll see if that one goes. That one has like 21 spots. So we're definitely doing at least 2 breaks, maybe 3 if we get it going. So it's a random team breaks. Ross says, I sent you for the auction. I got it, man. And your stuff. I don't know if you got the notification or not. I mailed your stuff today, along with your last team break is in there as well. So that's all on the way to you. I was acting up today. The PayPal shipping, by the way. So I had to use stamps for a bunch of it. But here we go, R7. Let's go ahead and get everybody a random team, and let's see if we can find some good stuff. We have an open Platinum Anniversary, I think, for a week or two. So we'll see if we can find some good stuff in here. The mix says, do you want me to ban Ross? We don't want Ross out of here. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in the randomizer. So what we do is we have this website, random.org, and we're going to take all the names and dump them into that website and get you all a team. So let's get all the names from R7, which are right here. John just bought a spot for B. Awesome, man. I'll go ahead and put you on the master list. We'll get that one going soon. Kate May says, how do we sign up for the breaks? I did do Patreon before your video started. Well, basically, if you have PayPal, that's how you pay for the breaks, and all the information is posted on Patreon. All the rounds, the description of the rounds, how much they cost, And all that stuff is all on Patreon under the post section. If you can't find it, let me know, and I can go ahead and post a direct link for tonight. So here we go. Let's mix these up so we can start ripping Platinum Anniversary right now. So here's all the names. Dan Schultz, who's got 4 spots. I think at least 4, maybe 5. I think it looks like he has 5, 6, maybe 6. I don't know. He's got the Arizona Diamondbacks, though, so you have a good spot with the Corbin Carroll possibilities. Matt Seidman has spot number 30. So Washington Nationals, I guess C.J. Abrams, is he even with the Nationals in 2022? They may still have him on the Padres. Rich says, I sent you a box today. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. I got another big box, I think from Jason Simon, I think. I haven't opened it up yet. It looks like it might be a big mystery box run, a high-end mystery box. I'll have to open that and see what that's about. Steve Z says, it shows I'm a moderator, but I'm banned. Oh, man. I literally put in timeout. Steve sent me 1 penny. He is banned, but a moderator. I'm gonna have to. I'll try to take a look at that after the live stream, Steve. The problem is there's a ban list, but there's so many people on that ban list. It shows me like 300 people, but there's probably well over 1,000 just from all the live streams and the auctions that we've done over the years. Like sometimes we ban 5 or 6 people a day that are shill bidding or not putting in serious bids. So it might not show me your name, but I'll do my best to see if we can bring you back. If we can't bring you back, you can always make a new account, which kind of sucks. And, I'll give you like a $20 credit for your trouble. And, that's one way to go. Man, I was all excited about this new band feature. I guess there's still some kinks to work out. But anyway, here's all of the names. Let's read them off. We've got Dan Schultz for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Jack Holland has the Atlanta Braves. Dan also has the Baltimore Orioles. Matt Seidman has Boston. Ron Roberts has the Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds. Travis Williams has the Cleveland Guardians. Green Bottoms has the Rockies. Dan Schultz has the White Sox. He's got the Tigers, and he also has the Houston Astros. Toshiaki has the Kansas City Royals. Kevin Newman has the Angels. Dan Schultz has the Dodgers. James Richards has the Miami Marlins. Then we have Travis Gunther with the Milwaukee Brewers, Matt Seidman with the Minnesota Twins, Jack Holland with the Mets, Dennis Cease with the Yankees, James Hoisington has the Oakland A's, Jason Sawyer has the Phillies, Brian Jackson with the Pirates, Eric Anderson has the San Diego Padres, Matt has the Seattle Mariners, J-Rod possibilities there, Justin Witt with the San Francisco Giants, Ron Roberts has the St. Louis Cardinals, and then we've got Justin Williams with Tampa Bay, James Wiseman has Texas, Brett Marzo has Toronto, and Matt Seidman will have the Washington Nationals. So here we go. Looks like we're ready to get started, and we may have a sold-out break B. It looks like maybe 3 payments have come in, so I'm just going to check on that real quick, just so we make sure we don't oversell that break. It is probably close to being sold out. So we have, all right, just real quick, and then we'll get ripping here. Jason Rubenstein, I got yours. And Jonathan Roberts, I got yours for break B. I see Steve says, send a message through PayPal, says, see you guys in 2024. It's been fun. So let's hope it's just a 24-hour ban, because it did say something about that as well. All right, so by the way, B is now down to 2 spots. So we'll be doing some Bowman blasters next. Bowman saw its return to the channel tonight when we opened up the Bowman Jumbo box, which ended up being pretty nice. The autographs in there were fantastic. I was pretty excited about those autos for Josh Linebarger. And in true break fashion, as usual, I'm ready to go, but I have nothing to open this up with. I don't know why every time I go to film a video, I just grab my box cutter from here and take it downstairs. There's probably like 6 of them down there. So I swore I would have had one, but I'm going to go grab a box cutter. Oh, never mind. Here it is. It was on the ground from opening up this case. What a dope. All right, here we go. There's 10 boxes of this. There's 1 autograph per box with usually about 6 numbered cards. Let's see what we have right now. I'd love to do an HTA box tonight. That would be amazing. If we could do the HTAs, I'm telling you, there's going to be some big pulls from those HTA cases. You saw the short today. Man, I opened that up last night for Peter, and I could not believe it. Ron Roberts just grabbed some in Bowman Chrome. Hey, there's Steve. He can chat again. He's back. Steve Z is back. He's crying. He's so happy to be back. He received a lifetime ban, which we somehow got reversed. So, Ron, thanks for grabbing those spots there. Casey Vaughn as well grabbed a spot in B, which now leaves one spot left there. And Ron Roberts helping A along, which is Bowman Chrome, which is the hot product out there now. So this B break is down to 1. Bowman Chrome is down to 14. How's my day been? Asked Joshua. It's been a great day. Of course. Had Chick-fil-A today because that's what my kids always ask for. It was voted. We voted. I let them vote 3-1. My daughter Olivia just wanted to go to freaking Walmart and get a Hungry Man dinner, which I was like, that doesn't sound all that appetizing. And the other kids wanted Chick-fil-A. It seems like they would eat there every day. There's Chris Sale, numbered out of 199 for the Boston Red Sox. The last place Boston Red Sox. Still a chance for the entire division to be over 500. And here comes the autograph. It's Luke Williams. It'll go to the San Francisco Giants. It's a Prism Blue refractor, numbered on the back out of 99. It's 72 of 99 right there. Not the biggest hit. There's Wander Franco. 4 out of 100 on the Jared Kelenic. Still waiting to see what's going to happen with Wander Franco and the news. You know, that we're all anxiously waiting. Is he ever going to play another game? Is he going to, face charges? I don't think we're going to find out until well after the World Series, sometime into the, cold winter off season, 36 out of 500. As right now, that would be a huge scandal if all the information came out about it, if there even is any information. It could all be just, blackmail. You never know. We'll see what happens. Cummins says, Chick-fil-A just doesn't do it for me. It's fine, but it's not amazing, although the waffle fries are great. Well, I'll tell you what, in our neck of the woods here in western Pennsylvania, there's nothing like it in terms of chicken sandwiches. I don't think there's... down south, you got Bojangles, which is really good. I like Bojangles a lot, but around here, nothing compares with good old Chick-fil-A. Keith said I'd sent 2 spots for B. I don't know if it went through or not. I got you. You're at spots 27 and 28, so you're good to go, Keith. You're in. One thing I hate about Platinum Anniversary in general is, I like the set and everything. I just hate the collation of cards. And I feel like I say that every time I get a box like this. I wish they would all be going the same way. Tampa's getting a new stadium. Yeah, I saw that. There's Trent Grissom. He's been kind of a disappointment for the Padres. Seems to always struggle to even hit 200. So that's good news for Tampa. Once we can figure out what's going on with with Oakland and Tampa, we might be able to finally get an expansion. There's Charlie Blackman. Jeremy says, you can't beat the service at Chick-fil-A. The Blackman's numbered out of 199. That is true. They are super polite, and they always say my pleasure. Just like, I think that's ingrained into they're almost like robotic about it. We got Connor Siebold, 62 out of 100. So lots of numbered cards in box number 1. So I think Rob Manfred had said that once the situation in Tampa and also Oakland gets rectified, that we can start talking about expansion. We might have 2 more teams come to the league. So if Tampa gets their new stadium in, I think, 2028, and Oakland has been talking about maybe moving to Vegas. I don't know if anything's been settled there yet. But once those 2 teams have their futures figured out, we might get 2 new teams in the league, and that could be very interesting because we could have realignment. Wouldn't that be something if there's, instead of 6 divisions, there's 8 divisions, and you get like a, kind of like regional divisions, maybe like, for example, the Nationals, Orioles, Pirates, and Cleveland Indians are all in a division because they're all within, a few hours of each other. And that might be interesting. I remember the last big realignment was 1994, I think was the first year of it, when we broke from 4 divisions into 6. Ryan says, easy on the Rays. Hate all you want. We compete year in, year out. Yeah, you're back in the playoffs again. You've clinched a spot. Kevin Cash always does a great job. Always in the, either wins the manager year. It's right there in the running. I don't think he's going to get it this year, though. That one's, the Orioles are taking that one for sure. New Zealand is joining the MLB. Wouldn't that be cool? I think eventually it'd be cool to get an international team besides the Blue Jays in the big leagues. I know there was some speculation or thought that maybe a possible expansion of the site could be Mexico City. That is a massive, sprawling metropolis. Lots of people there for sure, but I don't know how that would work logistically. But that would be interesting. How many teams, like 100 years from now, how many teams are there? There's Joe Ryan, that's numbered out of 250. Is there going to be like 40 teams 100 years from now? I don't know. Whenever I was growing up, there was only 26 teams back in the 80s. And even before that, there was, less teams. Some of you guys might have been around when there was like, I don't know, like 20 teams or so. There's Max Scherzer. This will be a black numbered out of 10. Bozeman, Montana. Hey, you never know. Montana might be the next big place that has a population boom. Maybe a lot of people will eventually flee from, some of those states with higher taxes. Maybe get out of California and Washington and head on over to Montana. It could happen. Could be an exodus over there. Jordan says, I live in Montana. Said it might take a long time, but Cedric Mullins out of 299. Got Andre Jackson. They're still looking for the autograph. Andre Jackson now on the Pirates. There's Frank Viola. White Sox Tom says, I'm not hating on the Rays, but why would you build a new stadium in the same area when it's already hard enough to get to and not even near Tampa? Yeah, that's I guess the problem there. Tough to get to St. Pete, and they're building it right near the old stadium. Same general area. It's going to be a 30,000 seat stadium. I don't know. I guess that's probably one of the biggest reasons why, Tropicana Field doesn't draw all that well. There's Crazy. How's it going? I know there was some talk about maybe Tampa splitting their games between the Tropicana Field and also Montreal. That would be interesting. Get half the games in Montreal and half the games in Tampa. That might, they might draw more fans that way. There's John Means, numbered out of 50. Montreal would love to have their team back, but I kind of think, you guys blew it already. You stopped going to the games. Do you remember seeing some of those attendances back in the early 2000s for the Expos? Nobody went. Now, Olympic Stadium was an absolute dump, so that had something to do with it. There's Marcos Duplan, which is numbered out of 199. But it didn't work already, so I don't know if I would say Montreal should get a team again. That's out of 100 on the Edgar Renteria. I mean, it's nice to have that franchise come back. You have a lot of history there with the Expos. A lot of great players came through Montreal. Hall of Famers like Larry Walker and Pedro Martinez and Tim Raines. Gary Carter, there's J-Rod, base card. There's IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, 25 out of 50. Who knows? Maybe one day San Juan would get a team. The Nick says, enough of Canada having teams. Toronto is enough. I've never actually been to the Sky Dome. I need to get there one of these days. I've been to 22 of the 30 Major League stadiums, and the only team I'm missing from any of the Eastern League divisions is Toronto. I've been to all the other ones. So, actually, I haven't been to the new Brave Stadium, which is now called Truist Park, I guess. It was called SunTrust. I hate how they change the names of these ballparks all the time. I was at Turner Field a lot. I feel like I went to Turner Field maybe 10 times. I used to love that stadium. When they tore that down, I was like, why'd you do that? You just built that in like 1996 for the Olympics, and then you tear it down 20 years later? That didn't make sense to me. I like that stadium. I missed Shea, unfortunately. I think Shea's last year was 2008. The first year I went to New York to see the Mets was 2009. I think, 09, that was the first year of Citi Field, wasn't it? That was the first year I was there. I've been to Citi Field probably 3 or 4 different years, maybe 6, 7 total games. I think it's okay. I don't think it's the greatest stadium out there. I've been to Yankee Stadium as well. I prefer Yankee Stadium over Citi, although I'm not a huge fan of either of them. Believe it or not, my favorite stadium is PNC Park. You can call me a homer, I guess. And my second favorite stadium is another kind of under-the-radar pick. This is out of 5. Craig Biggio, red. Second favorite stadium? Progressive Field in Cleveland. I think that stadium is fantastic. It's really nice. They keep doing renovations there. Every few years, they do something. It's got one of the best bullpen setups out there around. There's Tyler Glass now out of 50. They've got lots of standing areas. You can stand down the line. They've got that porch down the line. You can stand out behind the bullpens. You can stand over. They've got all these drink rails over in the right field corner. It's all open in center field with the beautiful Heritage Park. I love that stadium. I think it's great. That's out of 100. Willie Mays. Steve says it'll always be the Jake. It was called Jacobs Field, and a lot of regulars still call it the Jake. Jacobs Field. It'll always be Jacobs Field. They changed it to Progressive Field. The first time I ever went to Progressive Field was 2008, so it was already called Progressive Field by then. The Mix says, what's the best ballpark for ball hawking? Well, for me, I haven't done ball hawking for like 4 years, which ball hawking, if you're unaware, it's where you show up early to the game and they take batting practice, they hit home run balls. By the way, Drew Baker just grabbed a spot in Bowman Chrome, thanks. There's 13 spots left there, so if you want to grab spots in A5, Cape May, you can. Yep, we're still looking for spots for A5. It's super easy to get baseballs if you show up like really early when the gates open. There's nobody there. A lot of times you just walk over and pick up the home runs. But the best was for me was always PNC Park, and Progressive was always pretty good as well. But that's probably, I haven't done it for years. I think PNC Park now opens an hour later. They used to let us in at 4:30. I think now they let you in at 5:30. There used to be a season ticket holder time for an hour. And I think they did away with that, which is not all that fan-friendly because you can't even see the home team take batting practice, which you would think would be a big reason why, or part of the reason why people would want to get season tickets. You get in there and get some autographs. There's Adrian Beltre. Get to see the players up close during batting practice. You can go wherever you want. You don't have to have a ticket for the front row. You can go right down behind the dugout. Although now they have those big nets everywhere. There's Dylan Cease, which is numbered out of 150. Dylan Cease on card auto for the Chicago White Sox. Definitely a nice card right there. We've got a green of Ivan Rodriguez. Probably the best arm in baseball history. Who's better at throwing out runners than Ivan Rodriguez? I don't think, anybody. That guy would not run on Pudge. Yadier Molina was pretty good, but man, Pudge, probably the best during my lifetime. There's Nico Horner, 1 of 25. That's a good one. Jansen Junk right there as well. Connor Siebold. And Derek Jeter is there to finish off box number, I think that is number 3. Here's the next one. We'll get some Bowman Chrome coming up. Carlton Fisk was good as well, but what is his caught stealing percentage? High Five Pete says, thanks, Eric, for the touch of grace. Unreal hit. I knew you'd like that one. So Pete Simon was the lucky man that pulled in our short. He bid on it in an auction. I was like, I'm going to open this box in a short, so you're not even going to know what's in here until I film the short and put it up there. Well, I take his box, I go downstairs right afterwards, I open it up, and I pull a $2,000 card. I won't tell you what it is in case you haven't seen it yet and you want to be surprised. But I knew it was very valuable when I pulled it. I was expecting like $500 because I knew he was one of the top 5 prospects in all of Bowman Chrome. But it's numbered to 50, so that really was a multiplier for that one. $2,000 card. And then when I was thinking about that actually gave me the idea for today. I was like, what video should I do today? It's a Tuesday. Should I do a random pack opening? Should I open 100 silver packs? Should I go out to this card store? And I was like, you know what? I kind of like the ring of $2,000 Tuesday. So your hit last night that we pulled, that we uploaded today, gave way to that idea of $2,000 Tuesday. Pete says, I didn't even mean to bid, and I won. So... I don't. Hey, you got lucky there, man, for sure. You bought the box for, I think, $390 or something like that, a little under what it sells for on Blowout, and then you pull a $2,000 card. Mick says, could you make 100 silver packs into shorts? I guess I could. How much is HTA? I think it's like $149 per spot. There's a Aroldis Chapman out of 5. You can check all that out. And I'd love to do some HTAs tonight. If all it takes is a couple guys to jump on board and get the ball rolling. Bowman Chrome is, it's going to have some big hits in there. It's 30 autographs, too, because it's 10 boxes. There's Nomar Garciaparra, which is numbered to 75. Good old Nomar. Looked like he was on a Hall of Fame track for the first 10 years of his career, but then he just kind of slowed down. The Vic says, you're fast, but 100 packs in 60 seconds, that would be impossible. I could do 10 packs in 60 seconds. That's out of 75. I think I have done 10 packs in 60 seconds before for a short. John says this would be a great product for a box war. Hey, how about you guys want me to bring Box Wars back this Saturday? Could maybe do it again this Saturday. Did it last Saturday as Patreon only event. We can maybe do it again as an extra perk for the Patreon members. Brett says, what are your thoughts of the Pearl pack you got? I kind of thought it was weak considering how crazy the odds are of getting one. Yeah, I think somebody said the Pearl packs sell for about $12,000 a piece too. So a Pearl pack, if you're unaware of what it is, it's a special 4-card pack that's randomly inserted into Bowman Chrome boxes, and you get one in every 10 cases. So that means that you would have to open about $40,000 worth of product, because Bowman Chrome cases are about $4,000 a piece, just to find one Pearl pack. So, of course, we find a Pearl pack, and I open it up, and we get basically 4 commons in there. I don't know what they're worth or anything like that. I didn't look them up. I just sleeved them up and put them into the team bags. There's a Joe Adell. He's back off the injured list. Real disappointing season for Joe Adell, and it's been a disappointing career for Joe Adell so far. He's been in the big leagues now parts of, I think, 4 seasons, and just has not been able to get it going. There's Patrick Wisdom, numbered to 199. Now, Joe Adell always tears it up in AAA, always has good slugging percentages, over 500, and lots of power, and this is kind of a crappy auto. I mean, the Pirates owners will be happy with this, Hoy Park, but it's, $5 card. We need to get some Hall of Fame autos in there. There's Stan the Man Musial from Denora, Pennsylvania, right down the road here. Same birthplace as Ken Griffey Jr. It's numbered 1 of 50. The 1948 most valuable player right there. Stan the Man was his nickname. Great nickname right there. We got another payment that just came in for HTAs. I hope we can do some HTAs. You will love those for sure. I love opening those. Looks like we have Dominic Della Ripa grabbing an HTA. So, Dom, thank you very much. I think I heard one of my kids' doors open. Maybe, maybe not. There he is. Dom says, just sent it in. Been crazy at work, missing these streams. Catching the reruns the next morning. Thanks, Dom. We got you in there for HTAs. We'll see if you get some buddies in there with you. And maybe we'll pull some Ethan Salises, some Feline Celestines, some Samuel Basayos. We'll see what happens. The mix is, I heard a door. The raccoon is back. I think it's just probably one of my kids. Yeah, I had to go up there a couple times and be like, all right, guys, you got to get up early tomorrow. So, got to go to bed. I'm turning all the lights out now in the entire house, so it's going to be completely pitch black. They didn't like that. Kiwi, I think I might just keep it for Patreon only. It's like you can only watch it if you're a Patreon member as a bonus perk for them. I thought that might be, always looking for, extra things to give extra value to the Patreon. So we tried it out. And, man, we had some nice pools. And Pack Wars ended up taking it all. There's Jose Barrios. By the way, I don't know if you're watching right now, Pack, but I sent your Box Wars stuff out to you today. So you'll have it probably within the next couple days. I know you're on the other side of the country, so it probably takes 3 days to get over there, priority mail. Good old Billy Williams right there. There's a gold of Kyle Hendricks. It's a gold shimmer numbered out of 50. Joey Votto. We've got Frank Thomas. The Big Hurt. Number 35. Billy Martin right there with Nico Horner. There's a Tony La Russa, who is a Hall of Famer. That one's numbered to 250. 84 out of 250. Ballcard Ribbon says, no more Panini on Patreon. Sometimes I'll throw a box in there, but this coming month, I'll give you a choice of maybe, I might be able to do, I'll definitely be able to have Allen and Ginter for you. Hobby box of that. I might even be able to do 2 boxes of Allen and Ginter in the $300 tier. Let's see, so I paid about, I think I might be able to do that and still break even. See, the thing is, Patreon takes 10%, so that drops it to $270 right off the bat. And then it costs $15 to ship it. Then we're down to $255. 2 boxes cost about $230, $240. It'll be close. I didn't do 99 yet, Nathan. I have all the packs laid out. It looks like I don't have enough Bowman, or not, I don't have enough Chrome to go around, but I do have enough Bowmans. There's out of 100. Spencer Torkelson, 28 out of 100. I was also thinking about maybe borrowing an idea from, I'm just thinking out loud here. There's Max Kranick. What's with these autographs? Max freaking Kranick? Even Max Kranick's looking at us like, I don't even know who that is. And I'm him. Max Kranick. It's about a $3 autographs. Come on, we need to get something going here. There's Manny Machado, number to 250. But I was thinking about maybe doing like a golden ticket or something for some sort of big prize in the $99 tier this month. It would probably just be like a number, and then we would have to randomize it, so that way you didn't think that I gave it to my best buddy who's been a Patreon member for like 7 years. There's Spencer Strider out of 100. So I'd probably put like a number in there that I would assign everybody. Like a ticket. I don't know. I'd have to think of the logistics. I'd have to be able to verify the ticket and everything, and then draw it live for something nice. But it looks like it'll be a blaster of Bowman, which is I think Bowmans are nice blaster boxes. Plus a box of something else. I won't give you Series 1, but it'll most likely be probably Series 2. I've got a bunch of that. Now, I'll let you know that I did put a pack of Donruss in there for 2023. I know some of you hate Panini, but I figured, hey, you got a pretty good shot here of an autograph. There's 3 autos per box, so that's why I put it in there. That's the only Panini thing in there. And I don't know. I'm looking around. I think I have a case of Pro Debut from 2022 somewhere. I might try to get you those too, because there's 4 autographs per box in those bad boys. Might toss those in. But yeah, I have all of the labels printed for $99. Like, I don't know if you got notifications or not today that I printed the label. But those are all printed, so now I just need to assemble them all. The Viking says 89 Bowman is everyone's favorite. I actually like the 89 Bowman set a lot. That was the return of Bowman after a big hiatus of about 30 years off, and then they returned. And they thought they would be slick and make the cards the same size that they were back in the 50s. And everybody hated it because the cards were oversized and didn't fit in any sleeves. There's Aroldis Chapman to 199. Of course, he's with Texas now. Is it slipping away for Texas, or are they going to be the odd man out in the American League? There's 4 teams fighting for 3 wild cards. And the Texas Rangers, are they going to just slip away? There's Joey Bart. It's a really good race in the American League West right now for the division and the wild card spots. Got Ryan Velotti there out of 99. That's why I asked. Yep, that's printed, and I'll get those in the mail within the next couple days. I have the assembly line has started down there. It's got like all the rows of packs all lined up. I just need to put the boxes together and put the blasters in there. There's Xander Bogaerts. White Sox Tom says Rangers got no pitching. How about it, too? That's kind of funny, isn't it? They go out and they sign Jacob deGrom to a huge contract, trade for Max Scherzer, and their weakness is pitching. Corey Seager has been really carrying that team along with Marcus Semien, if not for Ohtani and what he did this year. Dan Schultz just grabbed some spots in HTA. There you go. Thanks, Dan. So HTA gets another little push. There's 18 spots left in HTA right now, which that would be something to get that one going. That's a great product, the HTAs. We've had very good luck with that. And Drew Baker grabbed one as well. So now there's 17 spots left in the HTAs. 17. Jimmy Broadwater just sent in for B. That one's sold out, though. No, it actually isn't. Now it's sold out because you got the last one. Thanks, Jeremy. We'll be doing that one next. Go ahead and put that little empty set thing right there. Mets fan says Rangers always choke, including Jacob deGrom's contract. Well, yeah, Rangers, what bad contracts have you guys had over the past 10, 20 years? Josh Hamilton, that was a lot of money, but I think the Angels may have had the worst. Let's see, Josh Hamilton, he was pretty darn good for you guys for a while. The Angels only had him 2 years. I don't know how much they pay to that, but Hey, with Josh Hamilton, when he left Texas, he kind of lost it. He was an all-star for 5 consecutive years, and then he went to the Angels, and he just started to suck. And his career ended pretty quickly there. Got a late start, too. He had all that trouble with addiction, and it cost him probably 4 or 5 years of his career at the beginning of his career, Josh Hamilton, and then he finally got sober and everything, and I don't know what kind of threw him off the rails, but I think there was word that maybe he was having some difficulty near the end of his career. I don't know. Hopefully everything is going okay for him right now. Always seemed like a good dude that, always tried to battle his demons and was always, facing them head on. There's Reggie Jackson, Hall of Famer Reg, numbered 42 of 299. Mr. October. Let's see what we have in this next one. There's still 4 boxes left, and then we'll get into some Bowman and then maybe some Bowman Chrome. Here's a red. It's going to be Reese Hoskins, team color match. Number 5. Another Joe Adell in there. There's Hoy Park. Good old Donnie Baseball. Don Mattingly and Josh Donaldson's in there as well. I'll tell you what, we haven't had one decent autograph yet from any of these boxes. Like one really great auto that makes me just feel good. What's going on here? The mix says, any chance for tacos tonight? Well, if we do, I don't know. I don't think we have any Topps Chrome. The Sonic has, or not Sonic, but Cosmic, I think, has taco fractors in it, so we'll see. Jordan says, Trout goes to Philly. I'd like to see Mike Trout traded. The Dylan Cease was nice. The numbered Cease, that was probably the best one. Veteran auto right there. I'd say, I don't know, $20 on that one maybe. We haven't had a single Hall of Famer yet, and a lot of times with this Platinum Anniversary, they'll give you a couple Hall of Famers per 10 boxes, but not a single one yet. Jeremy says, my Nationals are saddled with huge contracts for Scherzer, Strasburg, and Corbin. Yes, that's true. Patrick Corbin is so bad. He's starting to show some signs of being kind of good again, but signing that big contract then was just like the worst starting pitcher. And then with Strasburg, here's the thing with Strauss. Now, you signed him with that big contract right after you won the World Series, and he's only pitched like 20 innings for you since that, and now he's retiring. I'm wondering did you have insurance on that contract? Hopefully you guys did. I think, for example, the Mets, when David Wright went out with the spinal stenosis and had to retire, I think they had insurance on it, so they weren't losing like hundreds of millions of dollars. But, I don't know how that works. Now, if you walk away from the game, if you're on a contract and you just straight up retire because you suck and you feel bad, or if you get cut, you still get paid. But if you retire due to injury, do you still get paid? If you just straight up retire, I don't think you get the rest of your contract. Because didn't that happen with Matt Holliday? There's Larry Doby. There's a pitcher, Gil Mesh. Didn't Gil Mesh do that like 15 years ago? 45 out of 100. Nathan Revac. Sandy Alomar is the next Cleveland coach. Jackson freaking Reitz is the next autograph. Come on, we need to get some good autos. Yeah, I think Terry Francona was talking about it might be in his last year. Is that confirmed? Is Francona stepping down? Is he retiring? He's getting up there with age. He's had some health issues here and there. That's another out of 5. Maglio Ordonez, who's now a freaking governor down in Venezuela. That's a nice one. He was a good player back there for a long time with the White Sox. Nathan says it's confirmed. Terry Francona is stepping away. All right, so yeah, Sandy Alomar Jr. would be a good choice. He's been there all that time as, a first base coach and various coaching jobs with the Indies. He's kind of like almost like an Indians lifer, although he did play with some other organizations like the Padres. He is, he's kind of synonymous with Indians/Guardians. Nancy says you would still be invested and get your pension, just not sure about the contract. So to get a pension for MLB, is it 10 years? I think it's 10 years is the magic number to get the pension. I don't know how it works either. I'd have to probably do some research on it, but there's Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer, and we've got Otto Lopez numbered out of 100. Not an auto on the auto. Got Aaron Nola right there, Ernie Clement, Yogi Berra right there, Tommy Lasorda. Can't believe the playoffs are going to be starting in about 2 weeks. Isn't that crazy? It's going to be September 20th tomorrow. So in 2 weeks, we'll be into the wild card round. It'll be pretty crazy. That's going to be fun. The last day of the season might be absolute insanity, by the way. The con says, I got my team break stuff from last week. Thanks again for the Brett Beatty auto. You are welcome. It's out of 100 Whit Merrifield. Jordan says 10 years. You get $100,000 a year if you hit 10 years in the league. That's pretty nice. That's why a lot of players want to get there. Not only do you have, if you play 10 years in the league, you're going to have millions of dollars. That's out of 199, Jacob Stallings, former Gold Glove winner. The card's making you dizzy, flipped every which way. How do you think I feel looking at him, too? 3 boxes left. And by the way, I think these 3 might be good. Those last 7 were from a frowny face box, which I knew the cards were flipped all over the place, but I don't have many cases left of Platinum Anniversary. These 3, I think, were from a box without a frowny face on it. I put the frowny face on there just so I would, know what was coming to me. Let's see what we have. Steve says, I wonder if the ball Hamilton threw to that fan caused some psychological issues for him, although he did have a 2012, and the fan incident was 2011. So what Steve's referring to there is Josh Hamilton. As you know, players will warm up in between innings. The outfielders will throw a ball back and forth, usually the center fielder and left fielder and maybe the right fielder and the bullpen catcher or vice versa. And then a lot of times they just throw the ball into the crowd. For example, at PNC Park, they used to have a whole system. The first inning, Andrew McCutcheon or the center fielder would throw it into the center field seats, and Kutch had it down to a science. He was so methodical. First inning, he would always throw it to section 139. Then the right fielder would throw it up on the Clemente wall in the second inning. The third inning, Kutch would throw it to section 140. Right fielder would throw it up in the fourth inning. Fifth innings, Kutch would go to section 141. Right fielder would throw it up in the sixth inning. And then he'd go back in the seventh inning to 139. So it was so predictable. You knew what was coming with Kutch. One time I got 3 balls from McCutcheon because I just moved sections and there wasn't hardly anybody there. And he just, I was like the only guy with the glove standing up. Like, hey, we just running the ball again. That's out of 100, Justin Morneau. Former Pirate right there. For a little while. But so anyway, what happened with Josh Hamilton is he was just being a friendly guy, and he threw the ball to a fan. Joey Wendell, numbered out of 99. He's a former All-Star. Not a ton of value, but I do like the signature on Joey Wendell. I just talked a little bit about the terrible quality of signatures from some of these prospects. We had some guy sign JT today, literally just his initials, like a second grader. So Hamilton threw a ball to a fan, and the ball, I guess, the fan reached for it, and he fell to his death. There's a little gap in the wall between like the scoreboard and the outfield wall, and reached for it, fell to his death. Pretty awful thing. That's out of 75. Nick says the guy was a father and his son was right next to him. Yeah, that's earth-shattering, life-changing, and that's just something that kid's going to have to. You'll never forget that. And, here we are as baseball fans, freaking 10, 11 years later, and it's still like we all remember it. So that has, that caused some ballparks, a lot of ballparks, to put some safety measures in effect. There's ballparks that have gaps like that put up extra, guardrails. Some ballparks might have nets there now, so if somebody falls, they're caught in it. But yeah, you just you never know. That's crazy. He goes to the ballpark, probably having a great time, sees the ball coming, wants to grab it for his son, reaches out for it, probably realizes it's fallen short or whatever, and tries to reach extra hard, loses balance, and then that's it. Very, very sad. And you hear about stuff like that happening every now and again. That's out of 199. We've heard instances where, people have lost their balance on freaking escalators and fallen to their death in ballparks. Sometimes they're intoxicated. You never think you're going to go to a game and just, something like that's going to happen. There's Lucius Fox, which will be numbered out of 299. There's only one homestand left at PNC Park, by the way. Speaking of going to games, I'm going to be going to the last homestand here for at least one game. I'm very disappointed in myself that I've only been to 2 games this year. And I'm confirmed for at least one. There's Christian Yelich. It's numbered to 100. Yelich has had a better season than the past 2 years. He was on fire in 2019. Him and Cody Bellinger fighting it out for the most valuable player award in 2019. Ultimately, Christian Yelich would get a bad back and have to miss a couple weeks, and then that would allow Cody Bellinger to win the award. But he was terrible. Yelich, last few years, signed that big $187 million contract with the Brewers and then has not lived up to it. But this year, he's been showing signs of his old self. How many spots are left? Oh, we've got some spots left. We got Bowman coming up next, and then Bowman Chrome. We're trying to see if that's going to go. There's 14 spots left in A5, which is the hobby boxes. It's actually 12 now because I forgot to take off the list of 2 more. So 12 left in Bowman Chrome A5. And we could get that. We could run that now. If I move all the spots from A6 and A7 over, we could run that. So if Jack Holland or Brian Jackson or William Mills or John Robinson or Justin Carrier, if any of you guys want your spots moved over from A6 and A7 into A5, let me know. And we'll run that one tonight. That'll help that one fill up a bit faster. What's my time for tonight until I stop? What do we got now? 11:09, probably 12:30 a.m. I actually went to bed last night at 1 a.m. But as you know, we talked about it in the live stream this weekend. I think I woke up at 11 a.m. on, was that Sunday? And then I went to bed at like 10 p.m. So I really got caught up on sleep this weekend. Here we go with this next one. Wade says, you got to give people time to watch the video before the opening, brother. Sometimes, I know, I film the video, then I upload like a 25-minute video, then I go live like 2 minutes after uploading it. I'm sorry about that. I need to get a habit. That's a 250 on the Joe Press. I need to have a habit of maybe filming the video a day ahead and uploading it extra early so we don't like upload videos right up into the live streams back to back. Griffin Jacks for the Twins. We are just having bad luck with big autos. Yohel Pozo's out of 199. We do have one more box, and then it's going to be into Bowman. I'm going to go ahead and call 4 autographs from Bowman. They're Bowman blaster boxes. There's the $35 blasters from Walmart. 20 of them. There's a Zach Greinke. It's a speckle. I think he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Speaking of Hall of Famers, is Adam Wainwright a Hall of Famer? Adam Wainwright recorded his 200th win last night. It's been a rough season for Adam Wainwright. If you were following along with his saga of a season, last season for Waino, his earned run average for most of the year was over 8. It's currently 740, which is awful. That is not Adam Wainwright stuff. He's 42 years old. He is past, he should have hung it up last year. I could see why he didn't, though. Kevin Newman just grabbed one in A5. Thanks, Kev. A5, picking up a little steam. It would have been perfect for Adam Wainwright to go out with Yadier Molina. I mean, those two did set a Major League all-time record for the most games as a battery. Most catcher-pitcher duo games, I think it was. And he should have gone out last year. And there he is. That's weird. Talking about him, and then it freaking pops out of there. But I think Adam Wainwright really wanted to get that 200 wins. And he really was thinking, why am I taking that on? I must start putting these away. I think he wanted to get to 200. It may have been selfish. He may have thought that, well, I'm close to Cooperstown. I'm borderline. And if I don't get 200, I'm probably not getting in. But did he do more harm than good by staying around and just absolutely stinking it up this year? He's got numbers that are respectable enough that could warrant consideration. That earned run average is decent, 353. There's other Hall of Famers like Jack Morris I think Jack Morris has like a 370-something ERA. Mike Messina has a very similar earned run average. I think it might be 355. So similar ERAs. Waino doesn't quite have some of the counting stats. It's going to be close for him. I think he might be someone that's on the ballot year to year, and it might take him 10 years if he gets there. He's very borderline. If you look at his borderline, his Hall of Fame stats, they can predict that kind of stuff. It's going to be close. Hall of Fame standards, Adam Wainwright, the average Hall of Famer, it's a 50 by the Baseball Reference Hall of Fame standards. They have equations and algorithms and stuff to determine what is a Hall of Famer. Oh, 111 out of 250 right there on the Christian Pache. Adam Wainwright is 39, is his Hall of Fame standard. A little bit short of the 50. The Hall of Fame monitor, another set of equations and algorithms. Likely Hall of Famer is 100. Adam Wainwright has 86 as that number. Another. Peter Simon just grabbed one for A5. So A5, Bowman Chrome may be going tonight. Awesome. Looking forward to opening some Bowman Chrome. This is the last box of Platinum Anniversary, so you can go ahead and, not worry about your motion sickness and dizzying effects from the cards being flipped around every which way, because we're almost done with this one. And then coming up next, it'll be the Bowman Blasters, and then maybe some Bowman Chrome. I'm calling 4 autos. I think the mix called 5. Now, if you look at similar pitchers to Adam Wainwright, Roy Halladay is the most similar pitcher, which, of course, he is a Hall of Famer, so you never know. We'll see what happens. It would have been really cool for... Yadier Molina is going to be a Hall of Famer, by the way. That some people always argue with me about that, but I think he's in there. It'd be cool if Waino and Yadi would go in together, but it's not going to happen. Yadi will be in before him if Wainwright ever gets there. I think if I had to guess right now, I'd say Wainwright's a no, but we'll see what happens. No Wander says, that's an interesting name. No Wander Breaks. He's got a big picture of Wander Franco with his face X'd out. Nick Castellanos, he says, this should be called a Breaker's Nightmare. They have the Breaker's Dream or Breaker's Delight boxes. Wouldn't that be funny? Breaker's Nightmare, and just put like cards flipped upside down. That's basically what this is. Yeah, like what would be worse than this for a breaker? I flip them all over so you could see all the cards. And then I also flip them over because when I go to sort these out, it just makes my life a little easier if the cards are facing the same way. 91 upper deck's awful. 2 out of 25 on the Shohei Ohtani. That's a nice one. On the Orange Wave Refractor. Here's our last stack here. Kate May says, first break, I'll ever be in. I have to hope I can stay awake. Well, if you fall asleep, you can watch the replay. What about Altuve, says Jeremy. Does he get in the Hall of Fame? He does. I think Altuve is a Hall of Famer. He might get 3,000 hits. He's on track to get 3,000 hits. Yeah, at least they're not stuck together. That would be terrible. What about those super packs? Remember the super boxes of Series 1 where literally the packs are freaking glued together? That was so annoying. Trying to think of ways to make this box more annoying to open than having the cards flipped all over the place. Have the packs glued together for no reason. Those super packs, they would glue together so they would be able to kind of show them in the box in kind of like a spread out accordion fanned fashion. We got Don Sutton right there. Will Smith X-Fractor. Tops will find a way, says the Mixers. Jesse Winker on the yellow Ray Wave. Number to 250, Gary Carter. Kyle Muller, by the way. Michael Jansta with a $10 super chat says, love this modern break with those vintage players. Interested in another vintage lot of Hall of Fames and slabs for an auction night? Go ahead, Michael. You got good stuff. You know what we like to auction off. And Zach Pop. It's going to be the last freaking autograph right there for the Marlins. Disappointing autos from this round. But yeah, Michael, thank you for the super chat. Go ahead and send it over, man. And we'll get you put in there. I think we're going to have maybe some binders coming in soon. We'll see. I think Justin Harris said he's working on some binders to auction. Might have that. There's Matt Chapman out of 99. The Mix says, if Jansen wants to bring on some vintage, I concur. Yeah, people love vintage, for sure. So that'll be fun to look forward to. Thanks, Michael. All right, so R7 is in the books. Now we're going to move on to Bowman, and we're hoping to find some big hits from Bowman. We'll start with the Bowman Blasters, and then we'll probably get into some Bowman Chrome, I would hope, as well. We'll see if that ends up going time. Bowman Chrome is the product that has the highest upside. It's the most valuable boxes. So taking a look at that, we have the following people just grabbing spots, and there's quite a few. It looks like 6 payments have come in since the last time I checked. We have a spot in S8 to Daniel Ramirez. Thank you very much, Daniel. We have a spot to Kevin Newman in A5, which is Bowman Chrome. Sally McKenzie as well is going in A5. Peter Simon is in A5. Keith Guidry is in A5. It's getting close. Julio Chaparro is in A5. It's now down to 7. So that one's going to go tonight. I'll grab the last spots if need be, because I love to open some Bowman Chrome. 7 spots left there. Maybe HTAs. We'll see if that picks up some steam as well. That one has 17 spots left. Let's do Bowman. These are the blaster boxes. I'm calling 4 autographs. It's known as Break B. Let's get the randomizer back in and get you all a team. Here it is. List randomizer. Move on over to Break B. Here's all the names, starting off with Steve and going down to Jeremy Broadwater. Bud Beasy just became a new Patreon member. Hey, Bud, thank you very much for signing up. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much for the support. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Pack Wars down there at spot number 30. And at spot number 1, we got Jonathan Roberts. We'll have the Arizona Diamondbacks. Brian says, you can move me to A5 from A7. I will gladly do that. Brian Jackson just helped it a little more. So if anyone's in A6 or A7 and wants to move on over, so you go tonight, we can do that for you. Otherwise, you guys will go on the next one. Maybe we'll bring these back. I'm trying to think, by the way, should we do this? We always do a second round and wrap them up. Should we do it tomorrow? Should I wait for Allen and Ginter and do it Friday night? Would you rather have Allen and Ginter in the wrap-up? Or would you rather just do it tomorrow? I feel like people might like some Allen and Ginter with the Bowman Chrome wrap-ups. White Sox says, Pirates losing 10-1 to the freaking Cubs. Man, that stinks. Helping the Cubs get a wild card spot. No offense, Cubs fans, but I'm kind of rooting for Reds, Marlins, Diamondbacks. We'll see what happens. Jonathan Roberts has those Diamondbacks. Ron Roberts has the Atlanta Braves. Keith Guidry has the Baltimore Orioles. Steven has the Boston Red Sox. Keith Guidry will have the Chicago Cubs. Ron Roberts with the Cincinnati Reds. Then we've got Jeremy V with the Cleveland Guardians. Ryan has the Colorado Rockies. Drew Baker with the White Sox. Casey Vaughn has Detroit. Troy Fowler has Houston. Then we got James Richards with the Kansas City Royals. Brian Jackson has Los Angeles Angels. Jonathan Roberts has the Dodgers. Ron Roberts with the Miami Marlins. Jeremy V has the Milwaukee Brewers. Shannon Stratton has the Minnesota Twins. Jeremy Broadwater with the New York Mets. Ron Roberts has the Yankees. Jason Rubenstein has the Oakland A's. Jonathan Roberts has Phillies. Laurie Grant has the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ron Roberts has the San Diego Padres. Drew Baker has the Mariners. Brenton McDaniel has the San Francisco Giants. Shannon has the St. Louis Cardinals. Jonathan Roberts with Tampa Bay. Ron Roberts with Texas. Jonathan Roberts with Toronto. And Pack Wars has the Washington Nationals. Cycle says, how do I get into the break? We sell them all on Patreon. So you can check us out on the Patreon page. No Wander says, Allen Ginter is going to be good this year. So there's a lot of good hits in there. And Jonathan says, love your channel. I went to my local hobby shop to get a retired player archives box after watching your video. Some guy came by a few days later, though, or earlier, and bought all of them. It wasn't me, but sometimes I remember I used to get blamed whenever there's like a certain YouTuber out there that lives like an hour and a half away from me. But whenever he would go to his Walmart, there'd be no blaster boxes at like the height of the pandemic when everyone was buying them. He would say, it looks like Jabs came here and bought them all. I was like, okay. First of all, I'm not going to be driving the whole way out to freaking, an hour and a half away to buy some blaster boxes for because I think he thought I was buying them for my Patreon members. But it's just much more frugal instead of trying to drive to like 30 Walmarts and buy like 5 blasters here, 5 blasters there. I just buy them in cases. There's 40 boxes in a case, and I just went that route, and it's much, much easier to do it that way. All these come from a case. And we got another break. Spot sold. Greg Mitsuyoshi just grabbed a spot. There's now down to 5 spots left in A5. That one's going to be going soon. Right after this, Bowman Chrome coming your way. But first, we'll warm up a little bit with some regular Bowman. Jonathan says, I live in Texas, so if it was you, more power to you. Dan Schultz grabbed one as well. Man, this one's going to be full soon for A5. If you want to grab a spot in there, that's going next after this. All right, here we go. It's Bowman time. Kiwi says, there's no Bowman at my local New Zealand Walmart. So, Jabs was at it again, I guess. It must have been me. I'd love to go to New Zealand, though. The Mix says, no logo fractures at Walmarts. I've been to at least 3 to 5 of them. I forgot to check my Walmart on last Friday. So if they were there, I missed them. Here we go. I'm going to guess 4 autos. Usually 1 in every 5 will have an autograph. We're doing these Bowmans, looking for autographs and Junior Caminero hits. This first one has a Corbin Carroll and Adley Rushman base paper. And we've got a green there. It's going to be Lionel James, number to 399. 69 of 399 on the first. And hey, how about an autograph to get us started? It's Elmer Rodriguez Cruz from a $35 box right there. Now, Walmart had the logo fractures last year, so there's a Drew Jones. We'll get that sleeved up. I assumed that they would be back this year, but I don't know. Some people say that it's only the MLB store in New York City that freaking has them. I'm wondering if maybe they just got them early. I couldn't imagine the entire run just being for New York City. That doesn't seem quite fair to all the other collectors out there. Like, you're going to make people go to freaking New York? I could see them getting it early, maybe a week or 2 early. That's fair enough if you want to, you know, get some more people through the doors at the MLB store. It's not like the MLB store is hurting for business. When I was there, that place was crawling with people. Went there last year when I was in New York. Really nice store. Tons of baseball cards. I did a video there. A whole wall of baseball cards. They were a little overpriced. I think they're like $5 more than you'd find at your local Walmart. But definitely cool display. Lots of good stuff there. I'm guessing that the upcharge is because they're in New York City and the rent's probably outrageous there. There's Jordan Groshans. That's 16 out of 99. Retail Ripper says people are lined up for them. Well, yeah, the boxes, what do they cost? Like $70 or something like that? And what do they sell for online? Like $300 or something? I know the upcharge is crazy. If you get a logo fracture box, a lot of those people that get them are just flipping them. The bounty on this break is number 227, and it's for $200. Haven't pulled a 227 yet. Those greens are both out of 99, so here we go with this next one. We got 1 autograph, doing 20 boxes here. And then we got Bowman Chromes coming your way. Bowman Chrome hobby boxes, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get HTAs. The mixes, I really hate flippers. Yeah, I thought we'd seen on the last of the flippers. Remember how bad it got? People were flipping frickin' like 2021 top Series 1 boxes. Wasn't that nuts? Like, they were flipping just everything. You couldn't even go to your Target and get a box of cards because everything would be gone. If you didn't go on stock day, people would line up and grab them all. Bowman Chrome is A5, yep. That's the one that's almost sold out. But now, with, you know, print runs being increased to almost astronomical levels and also interest waning across the sports card market, now boxes are always there every day of the week. I get a Walmart, something like, for example, last night at 9:30 p.m. I went to Walmart because I was like, I don't have any toothpaste left, and I'd really like to brush my teeth tonight. And I remembered that this morning I'd absolutely squeezed every last little nook and cranny of the toothpaste tube to get the last little drop of toothpaste out of there. So I went there at 9:30. Of course, the card section was overflowing with cards. It always is, no matter what day of the week you go there. And, of course, at 9:30, there was people in the checkout line right in front of the cards. I always hate that. Like, they're there with their giant cart, or some of you might call it a buggy. That's always something that people around here, they like to call shopping carts buggies. And it always bothered me. I don't know why. I just felt like that word was weird. Like, you want a buggy? Growing up, I never used that word. My parents never used that word. But in Western Pennsylvania, it's the common slang. Buggy for a shopping cart. I just call it a cart. I still call it a cart. Retail Ripper says, Aussies call them trolleys. Did you ever see the cart narcs, by the way? I haven't watched that channel in probably a year, but there was a while I was watching the cart narcs. It's a channel where this guy goes around and he wears a GoPro, and then he narcs out people that don't return their shopping carts. And he always gets in the confrontations with these people. And I'm surprised that he hasn't been like physically assaulted yet. Because he patronizes these people pretty good. Gives them a hard time in kind of a funny way, almost like mocking them. It's a pretty good channel. If you haven't seen the Cart Narcs before, there's some pretty good episodes there. Can I move the paper over? I can't see it. How many spots left are in HTA? There's 17 left in HTA. There's a gold Brady House, former #1 pick. 43 of 50 on that one. 43 out of 50. We got Vincent Parasso and the Lunar Glow. Those aren't numbered. There's Ellie De La Cruz. What is up with Ellie, by the way, guys? There's a numbered Jefferson Rojas. That's numbered 285 out of 499 on the refractor. Ellie De La Cruz is striking out too much. We need him. We need him to get hot here and end the season strong. Get the Reds into the playoffs. He carried them all the way up the ladder there in the division, all the way to first place until the Brewers went nuts. But Ellie De La Cruz is hitting 233 right now, folks. Kind of reminds me a lot of Luis Roberts, rookie. Remember Luis Robert in 2020? It was a shortened season. There was only 60 games. But, man, Luis Robert did so well his first month. Everybody was buying his cards. All his autographs were crazy. And then in September, he had a really bad month. And since that was virtually half the season, he ended up hitting like 230 something. And then people were like, Luis Robert is a bust. And remember, he was one of my favorite players at the time, and I was defending him like, no way, he's going to be a 30-30 guy. And he ended up hitting, what's he got, 35 home runs now? But here's the alarming stat with Ellie. He strikes out a lot. He hasn't even been in the big leagues the whole year. He came up in like mid-June. He's already struck out 130 times. So if you would kind of extrapolate that out to a full season, he'd probably be striking out 200 times a year. There's Junior Caminero. The mix says, don't those people in Pennsylvania who use electricity use buggies? I wonder if I put a poll up. Is it cart or buggy? I bet you cart would rule the day. There's other words. I'm trying to think of other words Western Pennsylvanians say that is kind of unique to this area. Growing up, my parents would call it supper. Everyone around here calls it dinner. I call it dinner now. I've kind of adopted that word. Everyone around here calls it pop, not soda. My parents called it soda. My dad is from New England, and my mom is from, like, central PA. "37 home runs now for Luis Roberts," says White Sox Tom. It's a breakout year. And really, it's the first year that Luis Robert has had a full season, too, because he's been injured in the other seasons. He had 2020, which is the shortened pandemic year, and then he had injuries of various lengths in 2021 and 2022. James says, it's a hero, not a sub. I've heard it around here. I've never heard a hero. I've heard hoagie, and I've heard sub. I think sub is the common phrase around here. Kiwi says, it's called a fizzy where they're at. Not a pop or a soda. If you say, can I have a pop, you might just get stared at. Here's our next autograph, by the way. It is Damon Keith. It's a first Bowman Chrome auto for the Dodgers owner right there. So, hey, that's 2 autographs. I picked 4. We're on our way. Maybe we'll get 5. I think Mick said 5. But these Bowman Blasters at $35 a piece always are a good value because they've got a pretty good rate of autographs. And if you take a look at those 2 autograph styles on those first 2 cards, pretty crappy. Damon Keith just writes frickin' DK. Not a very good one right there on Damon Keith. And Elmer Rodriguez Cruz writes, looks like L, and then that looks like it might, I don't even know what that freaking is, L7? Doesn't even look like a C. Cape May says, hoagie is a Philly thing. And they say that in Jersey, too. Hoagie. Yeah, I've heard hoagies a lot around here. Hey, Blake Snell, by the way, has no hit the Rockies through 7 in San Diego, so we'll be keeping an eye on that one. The Padres, by the way, last team in baseball to put together a 5-game winning streak finally at the end of the season. Little too late on their part as they are well out of it. There's Josue DePaula. I'm just leaving that one up. He's a good prospect from this set. And that's a lunar glow, so that goes to the Dodgers along with their autograph. And there's Frederick Benscome, 165 of 299 pink. As the next hit, there's a Michael Harris in there. He's had a nice bounce back after a slow start to his season. We got Brady House, 49 of 399, former first-round pick. The Viking says, Chris Saber or Vaughn Hayes, who was more disliked? Man, I hated both of those guys. I don't know why I hated Vaughn Hayes, except maybe I hated his name. I don't know. I just hated the name Vaughn, and I don't know why. And then I hated his little mustache, too. He had like a 13-year-old mustache, and I hated him for it. Of course, not now. That's when I was a kid, like when I was like 10 and collecting cards. I loved my Pirates, and then I didn't like anybody else, unless they were like major stars. And even some of the Pirates I didn't like. I found that pretty routinely, I never liked any Pirates backup catchers. I hated Benny DiStefano. I hated Junior Ortiz. I hated Tom Prince. And I don't know why. I just didn't like backup catchers for the Pirates. I liked Mike LaValliere a lot. And I also liked Don Slaught whenever he came on from the Yankees. I thought he was good. Wasn't that a Greg Maddux mustache? Yeah, Greg Maddux. Do we have any Greg Maddux mustaches we can show? I'm pretty sure that there's usually a Greg Maddux rookie card somewhere nearby. Let me see if I can find one real quick. I just saw one the other day laying real close. The Greg Maddux stash. Here it is. Greg Maddux stash right there. Good old, hey, Greg Maddux. Fantastic pitcher. Kent Home Run Beck. Yep, I would call him that. I think when I was like 10, I didn't know how to say his name, Kent Herbeck, so I just called him Kent Home Run Beck because HR meant home run to me. There's 48 out of 99. On the Masataka Yoshida, who's really kind of slowed down a bit. Red Sox falling out of it. They were kind of fighting for a wild card spot there, but they've actually fallen under 500 finally. For a while there, that whole division in the East was over 500. Yankees were the only team that was sometimes going under. Of course, the Yankees had that big losing streak. They've since bounced back. Yankees are trying to avoid their first losing streak since the first losing season since 95, I think. Jonathan says, I saw you talk about Home Run Beck in another video. I had a good laugh at that. Yeah, good old Kent Home Run Beck. As a kid, there were certain names that I didn't know how to pronounce. Back when I was a child, I didn't know how to pronounce Spanish names at all. Man, we used to really butcher Carlos Baerga's name. I don't even remember what we used to say until we finally heard it on a broadcast. That was butchered. Teddy Higuera, totally butchered. Teddy Higuera always got called Teddy Hugger. Just couldn't say any Spanish names back then. I never had a Spanish class until 7th grade when I was freaking 13 to learn how to pronounce all the letters. I don't remember how we pronounced it, but it was pretty bad. I don't know if it was Berga or I don't know. It wasn't Baerga though. Yeah, I did see that video where Maddux disguised himself as a fat bum throwing batting practice, and then he's throwing crazy cutters, and yeah, that was pretty funny. That video is probably 10 years old now. There's J-Rod, 208 out of 399. Skeeter says, if you want to move me from A6 to A5 to help, I can do it. Skeeter, what's your real name? I'll take you up on that. A5's getting close. So we'll go ahead and move you over there. That's coming up next in just a few minutes. Right out. There's Junior Caminero. We'll get him sleeved up. I see we got some more payments coming for A5. Hey, maybe we might not need to. I'll check it out right now. Let's see here. It's getting pretty close now. Mark Fleming took a spot in A5 along with Ball Card Ripping. So there's 2 spots left in A5 currently. A5's going tonight. So if you've been waiting for Bowman Chrome all night long, waiting to see a big, huge autograph of one of these new top international prospects, well, hopefully we can pull one. It's coming up very soon. But first, we still have, if you're wondering, there's 9 boxes left after this one. We've got 2 autographs we're hoping for. I'm hoping for at least 2 more. That's usually the average. Typically, you pull maybe 1 auto per 5 blasters. Steve says Gossage is definitely in the mustache combo. Best mustache, Goose Gossage is up there. You got to give Raleigh Fingers and Rod Beck some consideration. Those guys had fantastic mustaches. Josh Dutois grabbed one in A5. So, Skeeter, we might not even need it there, but I appreciate it. We'll see. If anyone else grabs that spot, you can let us know. And if your spot comes in too late, we'll just put you in A6. We'll do another round of these this week. Probably we'll wait for Allen and Ginter to come out. I might be able to get Allen and Ginter by Thursday, by the way. Maybe get it early and get us going Thursday. But then, I don't know. Do we do it Thursday and take our auction out of play? I wish that Allen and Ginter was coming out tomorrow, like it usually does on a Wednesday. Here comes a grain. Braylon Bishop, 77 out of 99. John says, we talk about mustaches because Brian Wilson. Man, Brian Wilson had a crazy beard. That thing had to be... He had to have dumped a bottle of freaking hair dye in that thing, like, every day. Don't you think? Former Giants closer in the 2010s, Brian Wilson. He was a character. Kate May says, I'm Mark Fleming. I should have 2 spots. Let me check it out. Mark Fleming. All right. I see you down for 2. I have you for 2. You're currently at spot 18 and also spot 27. Yep, you're in there for 2. And Ryan Bussey just grabbed one as well. So A5 sold out. Everyone else will go into A6. Hey, if you want to keep going into Bowman Chrome, we can fill up A6 too. Bowman Chrome, it doesn't take too long to rip. There's only 6 packs per mini box. Hey, Michael, how's it going? Michael D's is in the house. But Bowman Chrome is coming up next. It's all sold out. Hoping to find some great stuff in there. We've got Ronnie Simone right there on the Lunar Glow. Michael says, totally thought you were talking about the Beach Boys. Are they still a thing? I don't know why, but I think when I was a kid, the Beach Boys kind of annoyed me. I don't know why, because it's not like they're bad. I don't think I'd listen to them now, but I think they may have just been on too much in the late 80s, and I just got sick of them. I don't know. I wonder if my kids feel that way about Dave Matthews Band. Like, I wonder if they're going to grow up and just hate Dave Matthews Band because we're going on a car ride somewhere. Dave Matthews Band is the traveling music. Although my daughter says she was at the mall the other day and they were playing all Dave Matthews Band songs. I was like, that's pretty awesome. She even knew the title of one of them. Which, by the way, I got some really sad news. This has nothing to do with baseball, but I was actually really kind of upset. Nick's told me that there's a Dave Matthews Band show in Charlottesville, Virginia, which I'd like to go to. And I was like, why didn't I know about that? And then I went to go log in to the Warehouse is what it's called, which is their fan page, which I've been a member of for 21 years. So I've been like, not quite a founding member, but I've been there almost since the beginning. And the longer you're there, the better seats you get. So like you put in a request, you get, seniority, you get really good seats. My membership lapsed and I'm no longer a member. So I'd have to start over as a freaking brand new member. So I lost my seniority after 21 years. I don't know how I forgot about it. Probably because I get so many emails that it just got buried and I never saw it. So after 21 years, my run has ended there. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. It ended in freaking February, too. Ever since February 02, I was a member. I should have signed up in 99 when I first discovered them, but kind of stinks. By the way, we have 6 boxes left after this one. Then it's Bowman Chrome time. There's Colby Thomas right there. 18 out of 99. Anyone play the Immaculate Grid today? I've been playing that every day. Steve says, could you write a letter to somebody? I don't think I could. I think my grace period is too far gone. Ellie, Lunar Glow. I hated today's Immaculate Grid. It was tough. I struggled with it. I didn't fill it all out. There's Drew Jones. What did I have trouble with? Oh, it was like the teams were Milwaukee, Boston, Oakland A's, Washington Nationals, and then 30 stolen base seasons. I got all those. I picked Nigel Morgan for the Nationals, which thank goodness that came up. I wasn't sure on that one. I was really thinking, like, do I do Adam Eaton? Did he ever steal that much for the Nationals? And I was like, man, who did I go with? And actually, I was going against a student, by the way. It was the end of class, and he was having trouble with his internet. He couldn't get connected because we did a Kahoot today, and he couldn't get connected. And I typed it in, and I started typing it in. I saw his recent was Immaculate Grid. I'm like, you do Immaculate Grid too? He's like, yeah. I was like, hey, you want to face each other at the end of class if there's time? And so we did, and I ended up beating him by freaking 40 points. It was close. But I was sweating it there. Yeah, Trey Turner would have been the best. I don't know why I didn't pick that. But I got Nigel Morgan. I think I got the stolen. I'm trying to think who else. I don't even remember who I put, but I think I got all the stolen bases. For the Astros, I went with Jose Altuve, which was, got me a pick, but 56% of people put that down, so it didn't get me much rarity points. So if you haven't played Immaculate Grid, it's just a really fun game, by the way. Put on by Baseball Reference. There's like a grid, and you might have like, for example, if I'm drawing this grid here, you might have like Pirates here, and then you might have, say, I don't know, like St. Louis here or something like that, and you might have like another team here like the Mets, New York Mets, and they'll have their logo there. And then you'll have to put a player that played for the Pirates and St. Louis. And there's a rarity score. So the more obscure the player, the better your score will be. So, for example, I'm trying to think of somebody that played for Pirates of St. Louis that would be like really, really common. There's Mikey Romero. Probably Andy Van Slyke would be one that's real common, for example. Or maybe Tony Pena would be one that's real common. Mike LaValliere, one that might be a little less common. There's Cole Young. Maybe like Yon Oviedo might be real common from today's. He played for the Cardinals like a year or two ago. That's 169 out of 250. It's really fun, though. You only get 9 guesses, though. So if you get a wrong guess, you're not going to fill out your grid because there's 9 squares. And then sometimes one column might be Hall of Famers or Gold Glovers or 30-plus home run seasons. It's a really fun game. I don't think there's a time limit. There's a 37 out of 99. I mean, you could cheat and like freaking look them up on Baseball Reference, but you shouldn't do that. It's really fun to try to earn it for yourself. And that was fun. Did you get any of the Topps J-Rod boxes? I did not. Nope, I missed out on that one. Fuzzy does that game. Does he make videos on it? That's a fun game. By the way, if you're ever unsure in the Immaculate Grid and you just want to throw a guess out there, usually Edwin Jackson gets the job done for you because he played for what, like 15 freaking teams? I used Edwin Jackson today, I think, for like the Nationals and the A's or something like that. I haven't done mystery box chasers in a while. There's one out here. There's a big case from Jason Simon. I haven't opened it up yet because I've been too busy, but at the end of his videos, he plays it. That's pretty fun. Immaculate Grid, very fun game. There's Gunnar Henderson, who's likely going to be the Rookie of the Year, I think, in the American League. We'll see what happens. He's got some competition. There's definitely some nice other choices. There's Austin Charles, 124 of 199. William Bergoya is going to be the Lunar Glow. Nothing else there. Julio says, I'm back working on homework with my grandson. Anything good so far? I don't think I have anything that would knock your socks off yet, Julio, unfortunately. I'll tell you what, the first round was Platinum Anniversary, and it was probably the worst 10 boxes of Platinum Anniversary that we have ever opened. It was, the best autograph was freaking Dylan Cease. A bunch of Max Kranick and Zach Pops and Jackson Reitz autos in there. Jeremy says, I used Kurt Suzuki for the A's and Nationals. Could have gone Gio. That's a good one. Why didn't I think of that one? What was your rarity score on that? Like 3%? Probably got a pretty good one on that. Todd Zeal's another journeyman. Yeah, how many teams did Zeal play for there? Not quite as many as Edwin Jackson. Not nearly as many. I think the second best one would probably be Mike Morgan is another good one. Remember him? He was a pitcher, played all over the place. I think he actually had the most teams played for before Edwin Jackson broke his record. And also Octavio Dotel's another one if you're in a pinch and just want to throw one out there. He's one that played for a ton of teams too. There's Drew Jones. 11 teams for Todd Zeal. Man, that's, yeah, he definitely did bounce around a bit, I guess, later in his career after the Cardinals. Remember Todd Zeal was once a big name in baseball. He was going to be the next big thing. Had a decent career. Nice, long career, in all things considered. But never became that superstar. We got 3 boxes left here. Ricky Henderson bounced around a lot, too. A's, Yankees, Padres, Mets, Red Sox. What else am I missing for Ricky Henderson? He went back to the Yankees a second time. Ricky Henderson, one of the greatest ball players of all time, too. All-time stolen base king. That record, will it ever be broken? It might be. I don't know. He was the all-time walk king for a while there before Barry Bonds broke his record. He didn't have that record for all that long. But, yeah, Ricky was the king of walks until Barry Bonds. Man, nobody would ever pitch to Barry. Barry Bonds would have hit easily over 800 home runs if he got, pitched to during his prime. But I can see why he didn't. Got a speckle here of Brady House, 102 out of 299. Pack Awards just sent in for A5. Unfortunately, we're sold out of A5, so I'll put you in A6. We've got Simone Juan there again. Todd Zeal was good for LA. Nice guy, says Julio. Toss my little brother ball. That's good. You always want to see friendly ball players out there for sure. So, yeah, A5 was all sold out if you missed the announcement on that one. So, Pack Wars will put you in A6, which now has 7 spots going. I don't know if we're going to get a bunch of people to hop on there or not. But we're going to be doing these breaks again probably on Friday night, I think, and get Alan and Ginter in play with the wrap-up Wednesday. I don't know what I can call it that goes with an F. Finish it up Friday, maybe, and we'll wrap these up on Friday night. And that way, that'll give me enough time to sort these from tonight, and then I'll try to sort them Friday as well. And the goal is always to get these out before the next one. I guess I can probably sort them this weekend and get you everything sent out maybe Monday. 2 more boxes, then it's Bowman Chrome time. So stay tuned for that here at midnight. Almost midnight, 11:52. The Padres no-hitter is now combined through 8. It's a combined no-no. We'll see what happens there. Blake Snell, is he your National League Cy Young Award winner? Man, what a good season for Blake Snell. He might be definitely one of the few bright spots for the Padres in a rough season. There's Chase DeLauer, who's former first-rounder. Ellie De La Cruz is in here also. There's a purple Ray Wave coming up. Looking forward to the card shop video. There's a card store around here called Guy on the Couch. There's a purple of Oswaldo Cabrera out of 250. 161 is the numerator. And there's Kenny Gomez 144 out of 250 for the Astros. I'm thinking about stopping off there at some time this week. It's a brand new card store. It just opened about 2 weeks ago. I don't know the guy personally that opened the shop, but I went to his Facebook page, and I think I've seen him before at card shows. So I probably do know him. And we'll see. Jonathan says, how do you keep track of how many cards you rip on the team? I don't know how many packs I've opened. I've probably opened, honestly, hundreds of thousands of packs over, 3,000 plus videos here. I don't keep track of how many packs we've opened, but all the cards, I found the best way is just to open the cards, sort them, and ship them out as fast as I can so they're not piling up here, because that's when stuff will start to get lost in the shuffle. Last box, then it's Bowman Chrome time. And so far, Platinum Anniversary and also Bowman have been underwhelming tonight. And so Bowman Platinum, or Bowman Chrome's got to, turn up the heat here. We've got a Heyo Lee 287 out of 399 on the Olava. There's Junior Garcia. And it's time for Bowman Chrome as we wrap this one up. There's a Sky Blue of Jason Dominguez, 306 out of 499. 306 of 499. Dominguez. And, hey, we got a third autograph. Chase McDermott, 147 out of 250 for the Astros. So I was predicting 4 autos. We came up one short of that mark, and we got 3. Was my YouTube news ever disclosed? I think I mentioned it in passing the other day. It was, they had a special card breaker day. It's like, I don't know, I forget what they even called it. They sent me an email and said that they chose my video to be in their card breaker playlist. The YouTube, oh, I did get 4? Oh, I put 1 in the stack, that's why. So we did get 4 autos, I was right. Yeah, because there was the Colby Thomas. I did not put that out with the other autographs. But so they changed the logo into some cards, which is pretty cool. And then they made a list, a playlist there. And I mentioned it. They only gave me a short in it. They put one of my shorts of Allen and Ginter Chrome pulling a Frank Thomas, which was nice, but I was hoping that it would have been like a... It's like, we could have picked so many different videos. So I think I mentioned it, but there wasn't really too much to talk about other than that was kind of cool that was on the main page there. Looks like Europe says, do you ever sell cards? Yeah, all the time. We have live auctions around here. Next one will be coming up soon. It will be on usually Thursday nights. So it looks like Thursday night we'll do another one. Bowman Chrome coming up right now. So let's go ahead and do this one. If you're interested in Bowman Chrome, we have other rounds, but they're probably not going to go tonight. We'll do them a little bit later this week with the rest of the team breaks. We're going to do 5 master boxes. So there'll be 10 autographs in this round. The HTA round is going to have 30 autographs. That's really going to blow out the autographs. But it won't have any of the base cards in it. So let's go to random.org once again. And this may be the last one of the night tonight. It's Bowman Chrome time. I'd love to pull Ruth first, or Johnny Bench, or Roberto Clemente first. Those are big chase cards in these. So here's all the names. A5, let's do it. Let's go ahead and find some great stuff. Pearl Pack 2.0 maybe? That would be awesome. Here we go. Let's randomize it. 30 teams. See who's getting what. Peter Simon, you'll have the Washington Nationals. Chance for Elijah Green. Pulled his autograph earlier today in the $2,000 Tuesday. I don't know what sounds better, $2,000 Tuesday or 2000 Tuesday. I think $2,000 Tuesday sounded better. But found his autograph tonight. Maybe we'll find another. Here's the teams. Justin has Arizona. Allen has Atlanta. Ron Roberts with Baltimore. Josh Dutois has the Boston Red Sox. Justin Oswald has the Cubs. Matthew Dorler has the Reds. Troy Fowler with the Cleveland Guardians. Drew Baker has the Colorado Rockies. Robbie Gold has the White Sox. John A. Robinson has the Detroit Tigers. Jack Holland has the Houston Astros. Kevin Newman has the Kansas City Royals. Ron Roberts has the Angels. Jack Holland has the Dodgers. Dan Schultz has the Miami Marlins. Chris Andrade has the Milwaukee Brewers. Ballcard Rippin has the Minnesota Twins. James Thomas has the Mets. Brian Jackson has the Yankees. Alan Hironaka has the Oakland A's. Mark Fleming has the Philadelphia Phillies. Ryan Bussey with the Pirates. Keith Guidry with the San Diego Padres. Mark Fleming, you'll have the Seattle Mariners. Greg Mitsuyoshi has the Giants. James Thomas has St. Louis. Sally McKenzie has Tampa Bay. Brian Jackson, you've got the Texas Rangers. Julio has Toronto. Peter Simon will have the Washington Nationals. You see I was trying to add up how much each of these boxes added up to. I was trying to get to 2,000 there. Bowman Chrome or Bowman Jumbo box, $550 box there. All right, here we go. It's Bowman time. Here we go. Bowman Chrome time. Let's go ahead and see what we can find from these boxes. This is A5. This will be the last one of the night because it is midnight now, and I usually like to get to bed and get 5 hours of sleep on a school night. That's usually my functioning number that I need, 5 hours. I'll be just fine the next day. I'll be a little tired when I wake up, but here we go. Bowman Chrome getting us going. We need some big hits here, Bowman Chrome. Come on. Let's find some good stuff. Got our mini boxes here. Kate May says, let's go Seattle. Hey, you got Celestin. That's right. See if you can pull him. And there he is. Wow. Freaking right out of the pack. You get one of the top names, Felnine Celestin. I'm not sure if I'm even pronouncing that last name right. Felnine. Every time I say it differently. No Wander says, big hits, no Wanders. Wander Franco. I haven't even checked the market on his cards recently, but I'm sure they're worthless. Pretty much. His cards are down like 90% from about a month ago. There's Marco Luciano, 256 out of 299. There's the autograph. It's a Junior Marin. I'm guessing. Watch him be like Americans. It's Junior Marin. No, he's Hispanic, so it's probably Junior Marin. There's Ronald Acuna. We got D'Angelo Sarmiento. That's a shimmer. It's not numbered. We'll still sleeve it up. There's Seiya Suzuki. That'll be numbered to 99. It's a 30 out of 99 for the Cubbies. We need some big autos. Let's go to the next box and see what that one will do for us. Good luck to everyone in this next one. Yeah, I think we'll come back and do these on Fridays. Or this Friday and get some Allen and Gitter. And then we'll finish up these other rounds. Maybe we'll get some HTAs, but let's sell them for a couple more days here. Yeah, Wander Franco, actually, he was in the dollar box with a 14-cent price tag on it. And it was like a freaking royal blue parallel as well of his rookie card. And nobody wanted to touch it. Like, they're selling his parallel rookie for 14 cents. I'll tell you what, I dodged a big bullet a couple months ago. I was seriously considering paying $500 for a Wander Franco pink rookie card, numbered to 50. There's Juan Corniel. This is going to be a first Bowman auto for the Diamondbacks. And Jose Gerardo, purple, is a 42 out of 250. So the card was raw. It was in the top loader. And I didn't like it because it had an obvious touch of white in the top right corner. I think I showed it in the video. And I left it there. Jonathan says, I was about to send a Wander card in to be graded, but saw scratch, so I didn't do it. 2 weeks later, the news broke and I dodged a bullet. There's stories like that all over the place of dodging a bullet here or there. Kind of interesting. I think my biggest dodged a bullet was I talked about this before, but I bid on Juan Soto gold rookie card twice. I bid $4,000 both times, and I lost them both literally within the last 3 seconds. I had snipe bids out there. I was the high bid, and then it did a little thinking with the little, like, swirling box or whatever, and then it came back that I lost, and I was the second place bidder on both of those. That card now is worth about $1,000. It lost $3,000 of value, so, man, I'm very glad that I lost those auctions. That was at the height of, the card market. But there's also, for all the near misses, there's also the huge misses. Like I bought a bunch of Tatis cards for $200 a piece in a PSA 10, which is now worth $20. Yeah, you can get a PSA 10 rookie of Tatis for $20 now. Isn't that nuts? That's awful. I'm sure we all have stories like that of cards that have gone down a ton. There's Yossi Galan, first Bowman. Jackson Holiday autos are listed at, what? 3,000. Man, that's crazy. 141 out of 499. I was thinking about that. Like, man, there's so many of these guys. There's Sebastian Walcott's a good name. They haven't even. I was thinking. I think it's because I pulled this card. It was a $2,000 card when I pulled it yesterday, and I was like, man, that guy is not even like played. Has he even played in the minors yet? And his cards are like getting thousands, like selling for thousands of dollars. I was thinking, you know, if I'm Peter, I sell that card. I try to get $2,000 out of it, and one sold for $2,025. Yeah, another one there for you, Kate May. I was thinking I would take that and I would go and buy a Hank Aaron rookie card with that. $2,000. You could probably get a nice PSA, what, PSA 2? You can get a Roberto Clemente rookie card, like a PSA 3 for that. Those cards, I mean, they're likely going to hold their value or go up. Now, if the whole market crashes, a lot of those cards will fall off a little bit, but not to the extent of like a modern player. Here's Ethan Salas, by the way. Very, very nice one. John says, can you imagine paying $3K for a Wander Franco auto when he was still the #1 prospect? Yeah, now his autos, they might be, honestly, like $300, and they're just going down. That's a $380. It's a good name right there. Braylon Guerrero, he's a top 10 guy in this set. And Anderson De Los Santos is the next auto, 58 out of 499. On that one, Edrin Rodriguez, he's another nice name. E-Rod. It's a pink shimmer, 92 out of 199 on that one. So, hey, the Mariners are a pretty nice team to have in Bowman Chrome. So you got a good one there, Mark. We've got Adon Sanchez. It's a speckle. It's number 269 out of 299. And Luis Serna there. There's 3 boxes left for Bowman Chrome. For all you Bowman Chrome fans out there. Adrian says, I only pay big money for Hall of Famers. Cards on my PC that won't sell. I'll pass them on to my kids or grandkids. Well, it is nice, though, when you pull a big card like that. Peter Simon's definitely got to be happy. Now, then Peter has to think, do I keep this card at $2,000 or do I sell it? If Celestine ends up being a major star, does it double in price? What's a J-Rod gold auto from 2019 Bowman worth? What's a first J-Rod auto worth? I don't know. Is that worth like 10K right now? Is Celestine going to be the next J-Rod? Maybe. But it's unlikely. J-Rod, 30-30 guy. Rookie of the year last year. White Sox Tom says, yeah, when I see modern prospect cards going for crazy money, I think of vintage cards. High Five Pete says, should I sell it at a card show? If you sell it at a card show, you're not going to get as much money as you would sell it on eBay. On eBay, you're going to probably reach the highest amount of people. You might even get a bidding war. I'll tell you what, these dealers at card shows, they're going to want to buy it for like 60% of what it goes for. And they're probably just going to turn around and put it on eBay and make an easy $500 on it. So you can try it at a card show, but I'm telling you, if you want to get the most money back, there's Yuri Perez. He'll be in update. We got Joey Estes, 71 out of 299. I think eBay is going to be your biggest way to, you know, get your money back and then some. There's Rafael Devers. It's 110 out of 499. Cassie says, you know, it's a good day when Jab's family is live. Thanks. I appreciate the kind words. We'll be live for probably another 5-10 minutes, wrapping this one up tonight. There's another Devers. It's a pink. 249 out of 299 there. I think if you go eBay, you're going to have to, you get hit with like 13% fees with their, whatever it is, 10% plus PayPal fees. But it's, you know, I'd rather pay 13% of, say, $2,000 than get offered like $1,300 at a card show. Although, you know, you do have to pay tax on every sale now, so you have to pay tax. You'll get a you'll get a 1099 from eBay, and you'll have to pay tax on that. So what you would do is you paid $390 for the box. So I guess you would count that as what you paid for the card. Because you did pay to get that card. There's Marco Luciano. So your profit there is going to end up being probably like $1,500 on that card. And you'll have to pay taxes on that. Depending on what tax bracket you're in, it could be 20%, could be like freaking 40%, depending on what you make. There's 7 out of 125. There's Will Warren first as well. Oswaldo Osorio, purple shimmer, 44 out of 250. Tristan Casas, that's a good one right there. I think that's a photo variation. Very nice. This is going to be a photo variation for the Red Sox. Tristan Casas, he'll get some Rookie of the Year votes after his strong second half, but he'll probably lose to Gunnar Henderson. We'll see what happens, though. There's still 2 weeks to play. 2 boxes left tonight before we wrap things up on this Team Break Tuesday. Michael says, capital gains if you're not in the business of buying and selling cards. Nothing else in there. I always keep track of, what you spend on cards, especially if you're going to be selling them. So when you go to a card show, keep a little ledger somewhere of every dollar you spend if you're planning on taking those and selling them. So say you buy an Ohtani PSA 10 at a card show for $100, you end up selling it for $150. You got to have a record of that. So you got to, keep a little cash ledger there. There's a Jesus Galiz. That's numbered 48 out of 50. Elian Soto, that's Juan Soto's little brother. And Daniel Guilarte is going to be the next auto for the Brew Crew. It's first Bowman right there. And we've got a Miguel Tamares on the pink shimmer. It's number 93 out of 199. Edward Julian. Braylor Guerrero, that's a refractor. 354 out of 499. Very nice card there. Top 10 guy once again. And on to the next mini box. I'm thinking all the hits are in that HTA case. Haven't had any big autos yet, but there's still 3 autos left to come tonight before we wrap this up. Here we go. David Fletcher from Team Italy will be numbered 386 of 499. Next auto is Axel Sanchez. The autos continue to be kind of lackluster tonight. There's Hader Arinamo. It's a shimmer, not numbered. We got a Ray Wave. Yuri Perez, that's a good one. It's been pretty good this year. A 69 of 199 right there. He was really good in the first, before being sent down. Had like a 2 ERA. His ERA is still pretty good. It's like 3.0409 or something like that. I think the Marlins wanted to save his arm in case they needed him in the playoffs and down the stretch, and they're going to need him. They are fighting for their life right now for a wild card spot. I think as of yesterday, they actually held the 3rd wild card spot, so we'll see what happens there. All right, here we go. Last box magic says no wonder to save the day. Let's see. See what happens. We got 2 more autos. Cassie says, my dream job is just to open up packs and make profit off them. We actually tried that, Cassidy. March Madness, remember that whole series? Probably not going to work out for you in the long run because most boxes you end up, you might end up with a monster hit, but more often than not, you might end up with a loss. There was a while there. We had like a 10-game losing streak. There's Ethan Salas. Yossi Galan right there. First Bowman. Here comes Miguel Tamares. Blue. 87 of 150. Matt Mervis. And we're down to our last box. Can we get some last pack magic here? We'll find out. James says, have a great night, Eric. And everyone else, keep on ripping. Thanks, man. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this Tuesday evening here at 12 a.m. This is the last box of the night. We'll come back and we'll finish these rounds. I'll add an Allen and Ginter round or two. And we'll come back on Friday and we'll celebrate the brand new release of Allen and Ginter, of some team break rounds. Padres no-hitter is over thanks to Brendan Rodgers. But we'll come back and do some more Bowman Chrome, some HTAs. Really sad that we could not get the monster hit in this. Maybe this last pack will have a monster hit. Sebastian Walcott's a good prospect to end things off with. We got Omari Danielle from the Twins is the last one. Michael, I'm going to try to do one Thursday and Sunday. Jose Ramirez will be numbered. It's a refractor. 444 out of 499. Yeah, the weirdo cards will get their own spot because there's so many. So there'll be 31 spots in each round. We've got Riley Green, and the final one is Sebastian Walcott. So that'll wrap up this round. We'll come back on probably Friday night, and we'll finish up the rest of these rounds. We'll give them some more time to sell. We'll try to get some more of these rounds sold out. And we'll add Allen and Ginter to the fray. So if you'd like to join, we'll sell those spots on Patreon. I might even put them up tomorrow so we can give them a couple days to sell. And I appreciate all you guys tuning in. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night, what's left of it. And I'll see you all tomorrow for our Wednesday video. I'm not sure which one I'm doing yet. It's either going to be 100 silver packs or it's going to be a card store video. One of those two. But we'll see. So thanks for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your night. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Good night, everybody.